Alright, let's take a look at 531. 531 has a table of cations and a table of anions, and it wants you to make all the possible compounds between them. So for example, on the top row, I'm going to make all the compounds between lithium and nitrate, lithium and carbonate, lithium and sulfate, and lithium and phosphate. And the secret to this is the crisscross. Or just remembering that compounds are always going to form so that the charges on the ions are balanced. We've got lithium positive, nitrate negative. 1-to-1 ratio, so the compound we're going to form is simply going to be lithium nitrate. Because it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Then we have lithium and carbonate. Lithium has a positive 2, carbonate a negative 2, so you're going to need 2 lithiums to counterbalance the negative 2 on carbonate, because the sum of the charges has to be equal to 0. Same thing's going to take place for sulfate. You're going to need 2 positively charged lithiums to counterbalance the negative 2 charge on the sulfate. Then we've got lithium plus forming a compound with phosphate 3 negative. Well, how many positive charges am I going to need to counterbalance the negative 3? I'm going to need 3 lithiums. So I have a total charge of positive 3 and a total negative charge of negative 3. So lithium 3, phosphate 4. All right. Alrighty, and now let's take a look at copper. Switch to a pretty blue color here for copper. Copper has a positive 2 charge. So when it forms a compound with nitrate, which has a negative 1 charge, I'm going to need 2 nitrates to counterbalance the positive 2 charge on my copper. So I would have copper, open parentheses, nitrate, sub 2. Then I've got copper, 2 plus, forming a compound with carbonate, 2 negative. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, so CO3, because the positive 2 is counterbalanced by that negative 2, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Same's going to be true for the sulfate. Perhaps the most difficult one is going to be this one here. Let's take a look at copper plus 2, phosphate 3 negative. Well, what's the least common multiple of, I need my charges to sum to 0. So what's my least common multiple of 2 and 3? My least common multiple of 2 and 3 is 6. So I would need 3 coppers to counterbalance the negative 6 brought by my 2 phosphates. That way I have a positive 6 with those guys and a negative 6 with those guys. The other way to do that, of course, is the crisscross method that I talked about in the lecture. Make the charge on one the number of the other. Either way you slice it, you get your compound to be Cu3, open parentheses, PO4, close parentheses, 2. That's a 2 there. And now barium is going to be the exact same as copper, so I'm not going to bother to go through that one. But that's what you're doing. The important thing is, and what causes people problems, is how you input the answer. You're inputting one row at a time, right? So you'd input that row with each thing separated by commas. And that's it.